SpaceX just finished acquiring a company called Cursor. And that company, what they do is they produce AI tools for programmers.
Uh-huh.
And so they have been one of the best companies that does that. But
Producing AI tools.
yes, but they had very, very little compute, very little AI chips.
Uh-huh.
So, and it's amazing what they were able to do with almost nothing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because they're incredibly intelligent, incredibly hardworking, and they work really, really fast.
Uh-huh.
So they were punching way above their weight. They were number 3 in the programming crowd. So um, many Fortune 500 companies use them, and they have like 5 million programmers in their system,
Wow.
and that's without much compute.
Yeah.
Now,
With all the compute that it is.
as much as they can use,
Yeah.
basically. Right now, SpaceX has the only gigawatt class AI training cluster on the planet. So they have 1.4 gigawatts worth of AI chips running right now.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the year, it's going to be 2 gigawatts.
Uh-huh.
So that's the equivalent of a small city's worth of electricity.
Uh-huh.
And so they have oodles of computer power, and they gave some to this company, and they have already produced great strides in Grok's ability to write programs.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, one guy posted that he gave Grok a task of writing a video game, and it worked on it for 48 hours by itself and came back with an amazing first-person shooter, is what it's called, that looks like any um, video game that's created by one of the large video game houses.
Yeah.
So Grok has basically stepped up into the big leagues after they got this company,
Yeah.
Cursor, but that's only the first step. So then one of the other things they've done since they started working together is they've come out with Grok Bot. And Grok Bot is an AI agent, but it's very different from all the other AI agents out there. Typically, you spend a lot of time assembling AI agents, training them, getting them to do what you want them to do. When you create a bunch of them, then you have to figure out how to get them to work together without stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of work that goes into getting AI agents to work well for you. So, but GrokBot basically turns that whole idea on its head. GrokBot works by you just asking for a particular result. You don't spend any time setting up any agents. GrokBot does that for you.
Yeah.
And some people have reported extraordinary increases in productivity by using GrokBot, because GrokBot is much better than they are at building agents, coordinating them. Basically, he's like your CEO. And he will get employees and sub agents to work under him to handle your task. And all you have to do is check the output and see if the output is good enough for what you want to do.
Uh-huh.
So some people are saying that this is the next step or the next evolution in how we use AI, where we're not going to be concerned at all about how they do things. We will just ask for a particular result, and then it goes off and figures out everything needed to get that result. So so it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool what they're doing. Um, Another thing that SpaceX is doing is they have announced plans to build a state-of-the-art clean water recycling plant in Memphis, Tennessee, where they're at.
Huh.
So,
Clean water recycling plant.
yeah. Now you might wonder what in the world does that have to do with an AI and space company?
Uh-huh.
Well, one of the um, talking points that people who don't like AI or don't like data centers that they use is that they
We drink
use
up all the
what?
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's how they rally crowds
Yeah.
to fight against getting data centers.
Yes.
It's not true.
Because you're going to take up all your water. All your
Yeah.
water supply.
Yeah, they make it seem as though
Yeah.
they'll basically destroy all the water,
Yeah.
water molecules that are near you, but that's not even close to the truth because the modern data centers don't use much water and they recycle the water that they do use.
So the water is no problem.
It's not really a problem. But basically, SpaceX is attacking the problem straight on. They said,
Yeah.
no, we're not just going to not use too much water. We're actually going to purify water for ourselves and for all of the other big industrial companies in the area. They're not just going to do water treatment for themselves. They're going to do it for all of the big water consumers, all the industrial companies, and supply that to the residents of Memphis. So that's the whole idea. And that starts in early next year. And so it's not going to take any water from the aquifer that feeds the Memphis city. So they won't have anything to talk about. so so yeah, it's a big win for Memphis, their city residents, and the city's water supply because here this gigantor data center is not going to affect them at all, basically.
That's going to improve your water system.
Pretty much. So that's one big thing. And the other thing that folks have been asking is like, where in the world are they going to get all this money from to build 10 gigawatts worth of data center by the end of next year? Because that's hundreds of billions of dollars. We're talking 300 to 500 billion.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that is going to happen, or has already happened, is that NVIDIA basically started working with Apollo, BlackRock, Blackstone, Goldman Sachs, all of these enormous money management companies, all of the biggest names basically, and they're going to provide the funding to build all of this compute data centers, and they just receive back a portion of the revenue from the data center. So they get to use all of the trillions of dollars that they have tucked away. They'll get a really nice return on their dollars. NVIDIA and SpaceX, they'll get somebody to pay for all of the AI chips that they're going to need and all of the electricity. So they can go as fast as they possibly can. As much as they can do, they will have the money to do it. And so basically it means that what they believe is also going to happen is that those same big fund managers are also going to fund the terafab, that where they will build all of those billions of AI chips to run robots and autonomous cars. So all of the money that they need is going to be there, is already there. Because when you get to a certain size as a fund manager, when you get into hundreds of billions and trillions, then just finding places to put the money to get a return is a challenge. So they're giving them a place that will pay really well, and in return, they get to build as much AI as they need. So it was pretty good. And I got one more SpaceX fact for you. Did you know that 73% of all SpaceX shares in existence are now in the hands of known whales, huge corporations? Everybody has started disclosing how much SpaceX shares they own.
Uh-huh.
And
It kept quiet for all this time.
yes, but now because it's a public company, they have to say, they have to put it down on their documents what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so Elon Musk is the biggest shareholder at 48.8%. Google is the next one at 4.2%. Yes, Google has about the $90 billion worth. Depends on the share price. It goes up and down. Between 77 billion, it's got hidden as much as 90 billion, right? But they have a huge amount of SpaceX stock. 4.2% of the company is owned by Google.
Yeah.
And then there's an individual who owns 3.8% of SpaceX. His name is Antonio Gracias. And you're like, how in the world did this guy get into a position where he owns 3.8% of SpaceX?
Uh-huh.
Well, he's the guy that in 2008, when SpaceX and Tesla were on the verge of bankruptcy, and Elon basically took all the money that he had and gave it to those companies to keep them alive.
Uh-huh.
You know, he always likes to say that he had to borrow money from friends to pay rent.
Yeah.
Well, this is the guy he borrowed the money from.
Uh-huh.
Antonio Gracias
Oh.
gave him $1 million so that he could live through that period.
Yeah.
And he paid it back. It was a loan, it wasn't equity. But that guy started collecting shares,
Yes.
and he created a venture capital fund. I think it's called Valor Equity Partners, something like that. And so he accumulated as much as he could. And now he's in a amazing position of owning tens of billions of dollars of SpaceX.
Wow.
Yeah, he's in great
Yeah.
shape. He's in great shape.
Mm.
And then I wanted to end our little SpaceX section with a little story about Elon Musk. So,
That should be interesting.
yeah. So, he was at an interview with Lex Friedman. He's a real popular interviewer on YouTube. And he asked him, where do you get your motivation to do all of this? Right? I mean, he's running 6 multi-billion-dollar companies. He's been running at a pace that nobody has been able to keep up with.
Uh-huh.
And he's been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
You know, 7 days a week, you know, 18 hours a day or however much.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So anyway, I think,
Oh, please.
okay, it's closed?
No. See.
Can we go ahead and walk?
Yes, sir. It's open to the public right now. The only place you can't be is right here behind the amphitheater. But out past the bathrooms, it's still open.
Sounds good.
Still good, except for right in here.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You'll have a good one.
You too. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lex Friedman, this interviewer, asked Elon Musk, where do you get your motivation to keep going?
Uh-huh.
And he says, that's not really how I think about things. For me, it's simply this is something that is important to get done, and we should keep doing it or die trying. And I don't need a source of strength. And he asks him whether quitting ever comes up, and he says it's not in my nature. He says, and I don't care about optimism or pessimism. Bleep that. We're gonna get it done.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
That's quite a way to look at things, right? Well, OpenAI has come up with another breakthrough where they were able to get their ChatGPT model on ultra fast mode to hit 750 tokens per second. What does that mean? In other words, every second your AI can spit out 750 words. At that rate, a full 90,000 word novel can be created in 3 minutes.
Whoa.
Yes, every 3 minutes, forever. So basically, that's going to change the economics of knowledge work. People like myself that's into computers, or even people that are doing analysis, people that work with accounting, they work with spreadsheets, they do market research. Because now, huge amounts of work can be done in 3 minutes.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's a big step up. And of course, everybody is going to be doing this. When one lab learns it, then within weeks, everybody's copied it. Maybe even days. So that's it,
Yeah.
And so we'll see. The other thing a lot of people have been doing with AI is they've been creating games. So they will just describe an idea for a game and give it to the AI. It will build it, put it up on the internet, and some of these end up with hundreds of thousands of players. Like that.
Overnight you can get
Overnight you can change your financial situation.
Wow.
If everybody loves your game, then it's gonna be great. So yeah, it's been a very incredible day, or past few days as usual. I guess that's the one thing, is that every single day there's always something that's amazing that's happening, and that's why they say we're in the singularity, because the singularity is when we have a huge step up in the intelligence of machines, and they think much faster than we do, so they can produce more and we can go faster. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And another thing that happened with AI is DeepSeek came out with their new model. The Chinese AI that rattled everyone's cage a year ago. Well, now their next model is right in the same frontier class as Claude and Grok and ChatGPT, but they're cheaper. They're still the cheapest, but they tripled their prices. So basically, I guess they've decided that now that they have an audience, they can raise prices so they can make money.
Yeah.
So Chinese labs are supported by the Chinese government, so they haven't had to make profit. So they could run their AI at a loss. But I guess they've decided now they have enough customers, they don't have to do that.
Money.
Go get some money. So, yeah. So it's pretty good, you know. And on the Tesla front, they received an interim order for limited robotaxi operations in Nevada. And soon they'll be receiving full authorization to expand their fleet. So it's yet another state that is going to allow robotaxis. So when they start sending out those golden cybercabs,
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of them all at once, you know?
Yeah, because they're wrapping up, what do you call it, authorization or licensing for different states.
Oh, yeah. Regulatory approval is
Oh,
always going to be a challenge, but they're facing it head on. So we're going to see what comes next. So autonomous cars is one of those things that will completely change our society. And so I'm looking forward to see what's next. But excitement is waiting for us in the next few days.